Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you might be. I am excited to be with you today. I'm just admitting someone. I am Lisa Helfman, and I'm the founder of Brighter Bites for any of you who don't know me. And I am proud of the team for putting together these webinars. So hopefully you can learn a little bit more about us as well as our phenomenal partners. Today being Good Pop and Food Forward. They're absolutely awesome, and we're excited for them to be with us today. So we aren't together for a super long time, so I'm going to give you a little overview about Brighter Bites, and then we'll go into meeting our friends, Clara and Amir. Again, I'm Lisa Helfman, and 12 years ago now, I had this crazy idea after joining a co-op with my boys who were 3 and 6 at the time. And I just went to Drew's senior year kickoff meeting for high school. He's 18 now, and Nathan is 14, entering high school as well. And they loved the produce that we were bringing home so much, had such a shift in their eating habits that Drew, when he was 6, the now 18-year-old, called me at a birthday party and he said, "Mommy, do I have to eat this?" And I looked down and it was cake. It was birthday cake. He said it was too sweet and he'd rather have fruit instead. And I couldn't get that out of my mind. And I thought, if I can do this in my house, how do I do this in underserved neighborhoods that lack access to fresh produce and certainly don't know how to use it? And Brighter Bites was born with phenomenal partners in Houston, starting in Houston, the Houston Food Bank, and Texas Children's Hospital and UT School of Public Health, where I met the co-founder, the amazing Shrila Sharma, which you'll hear from tomorrow, my partner in all of this, one of my dearest friends now in the world, 12 years later. And we started working together to build communities of health through fresh food with the goal of changing behavior and creating this community with children and their families to shift their health, to lower childhood obesity, lower diabetes, hypertension, heart issues that all these children and their families were facing, even starting at a very young age. We knew from the very beginning that it needed to be evidence-based, and that's where Shrila and her team at UT School of Public Health came in. And we've been studying these families now. This is going on our 11th year. So we started in one school with 150 families in the east end of downtown Houston. And today we are now launching our 11th city. So we're in 4 cities in Texas. If you happen to be joining us from Texas, howdy. We're in Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. We're in New York City. We're in the Washington, D.C. Metroplex area. We're in Southwest Florida and LA, Bakersfield, Salinas, and launching Phoenix as we speak. We're thrilled that over these years, we have delivered over 60 million pounds of produce and millions of educational materials to families by sending produce home at preschools, elementary schools, summer camps, and other summer programming. It's pretty exciting. And I think that I just looked down and realized I wasn't supposed to share with you where that 11th city was going to be until tomorrow, but I'm too excited. I'm too zealous. I love what we do. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see all those pictures. I am in part of the organization, and just seeing those smiles and seeing people so excited over produce certainly excites me. So I hope it did y'all too. Anyways, you can always learn more about us, whether it's volunteering or giving or getting some great recipes for your own self and your family at brighterbites.org. You can download our app. All the recipes and tip sheets that we give families are there too. Again, the formula is nutrition, produce distribution, nutrition education, and a fun food experience. And without all of those things, we couldn't change behavior. So if you want some tips, you're going back to school with your family and your kids, or just want to have a healthier option for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, log on, go see that, and let's all share those deliciousness together. Anyways, enough about us. You're welcome to ask questions and We will answer them as if we can over the next few days. Samantha was awesome. She just put in the chat our website. And again, if you need to refer back to it or copy it into your own browser. But I want to get started with the excitement of the day, and that's our partners. And through them, you'll learn more about what we do too. But I'm just excited that Clara is here, and so is Amir. I hope, okay. Amir is joining, technical difficulties. So Clara, let's start with you. If you'll unmute your view. So good to see you today.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having us. Super excited to be here, and always great to get a refresher on the Brighter Bites origin story, even though I've heard it a few times. Like, I love it's just a really nice inspirational background story.
Thank you. Good Pops, I have known since almost the beginning. I have to say that Good Pops has been part of my kids' life, just like that co-op. I was on the phone with the founder the other day, Daniel, and we were reminiscing about my son and how excited at his 10th birthday, the 18-year-old, we had a ice cream truck at our house for his birthday party, and he walked right up and he said, "I will have the hibiscus mint popsicle, please."
Oh my gosh, I love it.
10 years old, and it was Daniel, I think it was called Snow Dog. He said he hand delivered those popsicles in the early days to her. And my son knew what he liked because he liked that healthy, fresh, Good Pop. And I have to say, just last week we tried mango chili.
Ooh.
And it was incredible. We all are huge fans. So good job on a new flavor.
Thank you. Kid after my own heart. That's my favorite flavor as well, the hibiscus mint. Mango chili is a close second, though.
That's awesome. Love it. So I was hoping that you could tell us a little bit more about Good Pops, what you stand for. Just to tell the audience, I partner with Good Pops, not just at Brighter Bites, but my day job at HEB, and we're doing lots of good around the community, and it's all because of Clara. So tell me about y'all's mission and what you're trying to do.
Awesome. Yeah, so we've been around since 2009. HEB has definitely been a huge partner of ours as we've grown over the years. But a little background on Good Pop is we are a certified B Corp, and we make better for you frozen treats, like you mentioned, like our delicious hibiscus mint and mango chili pops, with the idea of we want to use more wholesome, real ingredients. So you can look on the back of the box and know exactly what's in the product you're eating, ideally with less sugar, and beyond just making a better for you treat. It's for us about creating a shared social and environmental good as well. And that good comes to life in a variety of ways. But one of the key focuses of mine is through our very own 501c3 called the Pledge Good Foundation. So we partner with nonprofits like Brighter Bites to bring that mission to life through some of our key giving pillars, which corresponds with Brighter Bites and ending hunger in America, and supporting equity and inclusion. So it was a very obvious partnership for us in how to, create more good together.
I love it. I love it. It's a simple idea, Good Pops, but it didn't exist without you, right? Like Daniel really had a great idea to bring healthier. And I think that's what it's all about, is that we just need healthier options, and they have to taste great, right, Clara? Because if the product doesn't taste good, we're not getting people to follow along, which is exactly why Good Pops has been. There's no sacrifice in taste. It tastes delicious. Packaging is beautiful. And of course, you're doing good stuff every day. So thank you for that. Amir, I hear that you are on, but I don't see you yet. Is that possible, team? If not, we will keep going with,
yes,
there's Amir.
Sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. We're so happy to have you. How are you today?
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Welcome. And just I want to say first and foremost, thank you for what you're doing with Brighter Bites in California. Absolutely amazing. Want to give you the floor to tell a little bit more about Food Forward. it is a little untraditional and a lot of exciting what you're doing. So share with me what your mission is and what you're doing every day, Amir.
Sure. Well, Food Forward's mission is, we fight hunger and we prevent food waste by rescuing fresh surplus produce, and we connect that abundance with people experiencing food insecurity and inspiring others to do the same. Food Forward started back in 2009 when our founder, Rick Namayas, was walking through his neighborhood and had that Newtonian moment of, an orange falling all over the valley in effect, and realizing, hey, we can get this to people that need it. And so the idea taking volunteers and community members out into people's homes, private orchards, public orchards as well, and harvesting that fruit and getting it into various, what we call now, partner agencies that are hunger relief agencies serving various communities across Southern California. That program then evolved into what we call our farmers market program, which also surplus produce from farmers. And then in 2014, we started our wholesale program, which is where what has enabled us to ultimately connect, where we are taking large lots of produce from the wholesale market in downtown Los Angeles and beyond as well, Central Valley, Salinas, and doing the same thing, getting that out into communities through organizations like Brighter Bites, and just making sure that no food is wasted, and that we're able to, we are a very, I'd say, business to business model. We have become that. I think we were always that, but really have embraced that. And so in the work that we do, we look to partner with organizations like Brighter Bites that are in the communities, actually, bringing that food into those communities and teaching people about how to use it, how to cook with it, the nutritional value, things like that, things that we are not experts in necessarily. Our expertise is in the procurement aspect of it.
And I would say that you have gotten really good at procurement, because this little idea of oranges dropping on the street has turned into, y'all, in 2022 alone, they sent out 22 million pounds of produce and over 226 varieties. So this is just like I started with one school, now we're in over 200. You are, you're incredible. That's just awesome. And you are a game changer. I don't think that we could do California without you. I'm just going to say that in LA, you are a game changer for us. I'll just put you on the spot and, ask you, either one, Clara or Amir, you can jump in. So you've kind of talked about why you're partnering with Brighter Bites, how we fit into your model, whether it's your goals, Clara, of ending hunger and nutrition and getting better food out there. Amir has a similar goal, and using us to help educate with the amazing food they're rescuing. But tell us a positive impact that Brighter Bites has had on your company. Clara's team was just out in Austin. I don't know if that's a memory you want to share, or anything else, volunteering with us. Amir's team's obviously integral part on a regular basis as well. So Clara, I'll turn it over to you to start.
Yeah, happy to chime in. Yeah, I mean, so many things. I think if I could pare it down a little bit, it's kind of twofold for us. I think partnering with Brighter Bites, and that you guys are obviously the experts in this field, at least I feel that way, and bringing more of an educational piece to the hunger problem. It's really allowed us, this partnership, to really concisely and clearly talk about this mission alongside you guys. I think it's been really valuable in how we talk to our consumers, even our, some of our retailers, as well as our own employees, for them to understand really what the Good Pop mission is, because you guys are carrying it out so beautifully. The other part is, what you were touching on of just the volunteer opportunity that we've had with our employees, like for them to see our mission firsthand. We don't always get that opportunity with our nonprofit partners. We got to come together this past summer for our annual summer picnic, and I usually try to organize some kind of do good activity. And you guys were gracious enough to let us be in 2 of the Austin area schools. So we got to, sort through and pack produce for all the families at those schools for the summer programming. And the other cool thing is that we actually had our watermelons from our very own Texas farmer who supplies our watermelons for our watermelon agave pops. So it was actually the first time I've ever seen those watermelons in person. So even just like being able to touch a part of our supply chain and in this like all-encompassing day of good of creating that with the Brighter Bites team. And those watermelons, every family got to take one home, which is kind of, I think we can all agree, like a summertime staple, especially in Texas. And so it was just all in all, like for the Good Pop team, that goodness like really carried throughout the day of us all being together. Everyone loved being there. And to top it all off, we got to stick around for the kiddos' lunch and pass out our watermelon agave pops to the kids. So it was just this really nice, like full circle moment of getting to sort of touch every aspect of the Good Pop business and how there's impact along the way. From, yes, we're donating funds to Brighter Bites, but it's so much more than that. It's getting to pull from our own supply chain and actually be a part of what you guys are doing in that way. And then having our Good Pop team be a part of the good, which I know we are all so passionate about, and the ability to get us all together and do that together was a really special moment.
Well, I love hearing that. We're just only as strong as our partners. And I've always said since the beginning that we want to create partnerships that are beneficial for both sides because we value you so much. And to be working with you at so many levels. And yes, we're grateful for your funds all day, every day, but it's this connection that we could create with the volunteering. People are still talking about it. The pictures from that day with those watermelons, absolutely incredible. Yeah. And to be able to give that gift to our families, watermelon seems like a summer staple, sorry. Yeah. But for many, they might not be able to have that if it's an extra treat. And then to have the popsicle that's so fresh and delicious. So super awesome. Thank you for that. Amir, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask how Brighter Bites has impacted your company.
Sure. I want to clarify, Lisa, the 2022 pounds for Food Forward was 70.
You just cut out when you said that. Say it one more time. I got you back. How much was the number, Amir?
It was 72 million.
Okay. My typo, my apologies. I just want to say that's absolutely incredible, y'all. It's taken us 10 years to get out 60 million and they're doing it in a year. So that's awesome. Okay, go, Amir. Awesome.
Very good. Yeah, so we have, this was a very new relationship for us. We had been looking at you all for a long time. I want to say a board member of ours sent us an article back in 2016 saying, hey, look at this organization, Brighter Bites, and I think they're about to go national. And so we looked at it and we're like, wow, that would be amazing if they would come to LA. We'll keep our eyes peeled and see what happens. And I think then sometime in 2018, 2019, you and Rick were on a panel in Monterey, and I think, conversations continued from there. And as Rich was onboarded, and you guys decided to come out to Los Angeles, that outreach happened, and it was perfect because we had also just opened up our warehouse out here in the city of Bell, which is really what enables us to work with you all. And I think, one of the things, it's one of the, as far as partnerships go, I think they're difficult in all settings, nonprofit and for-profit alike. And what this relationship has really helped us understand and I think, lean into is really that collaborative effort and working with other organizations. Food insecurity is not going to be solved by one organization. It's going to take a bunch of us. And working with Brighter Bites, you guys are in our warehouse. Your team, Tammy and team, and Catherine come in here, and they talk to the guys. They work with our team, and all of it really, took a little bit of learning each other's habits and the workflows and whatnot. But that ability to get that done, I think, has been such a positive experience for our team, for your team, and really kind of, I guess, points at the fact that being collaborative, making this happen is super important and something that is very challenging and that I know we have shied away from in the past in other relationships because we know it takes a lot of work, but this has been that I guess that positive impact of y'all being in our warehouse, working with you all really has shown us that we can do it, that you guys can do it as well, and that we need to do more of it across the board. So I think for us, it's been that let's partner up with more folks, right? Let's really dig in to collaborating and seeing how far we can all go and how we, what we can do to end food insecurity and make sure that people are eating healthy, fresh vegetables.
Yeah, from the very beginning, I was just a mom with an idea, and I never did this as a full-time job. And I never wanted to reinvent the wheel. I thought there's a lot of resources out there. And how do we just bring them together in a new way to solve whether it's food insecurity or nutrition insecurity? How do we do that together? And Food Forward is just such a prime example of that, because we wouldn't be good at what you're good at. And I don't know why we would want to ask our donors to build warehouses and buy trucks for us when you've already got them, right? And it sounds like we have a shared goal, and then we have the other piece of the puzzle in educating kids and families on how to use this produce so we have more sustainable long-term change. Is that right, Amir?
That's totally and absolutely correct. It's one of the things that we hear a lot from our partner agencies, across the board, and more we are working with organizations that are teaching folks how to use the produce. But it was definitely in the very beginning, and a few years back, right? You'd find that you're sending, maybe it's bitter melon or even dragon fruit in some cases, and people don't know what to do with it, right? And so for you all to be there and actually show folks, how to eat things, how to peel it, how to do whatever you need to do with it, really, enables folks to kind of invest in that and really, understand both the nutritional aspect of it, but also, this is how we eat it.
Yeah, I think that, along the way I've said, we're trying to demystify produce and just make it part of people's daily lives and fit it in so they're enjoying the good stuff to crowd out the bad. And I think that brings me back to Clara and Good Pops and your mission of, bringing good stuff into the community that people can enjoy, a guilt-free popsicle, and really have that moment of joy with something that's also good for their body. And I think as we work together to say why that's important, maybe you could elaborate on that, Clara, and why that makes a difference, the training and the partnership.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that we're ever, Good Pop's ever claiming to be the healthiest choice out there, right? But it's the ability to have that better choice. Like, we don't want people to have to trade a sugary treat for something that doesn't also taste delicious. I think we're kind of speaking to that, but that it's a better option, that there's ingredients you can pronounce. There's not artificial flavors and colorings in it. And so we exist for that, right? Like we still want you to have that moment of joy with your family. Again, a nice summertime staple, or we hope to make more of a staple and availability for more families to enjoy a good pop. But with those more like wholesome, real ingredients, we always try to use less sugar. We have items that have no added sugar or that are top 9 allergen friendly. So trying to make it accessible to as many people as possible is so important. And it's just another reason why we are so well aligned with Brighter Bites and bringing that little bit of nutritional education to people and understanding that, there are better choices to be made. You don't always have to make the absolute healthiest choice out there in the world, but there's a better option out there. So I think that's what Good Pop is here for, and that's what Brighter Bites is here for too.
I agree. And that's, we've never since the beginning said you need to follow this diet. You have to be a vegetarian or a vegan or cut this or cut that. It's really just adding good.
Absolutely.
To crowd out the bad. And I firmly believe that Good Pop is adding the good. I do want to put you on the spot and just, this isn't, and if anyone has any questions, we're going to keep going, put them in the chat. Two awesome people here, but if not, I'm just going to keep talking because they're my friends. But, one of the things you've turned me on to for HEB was Good Deeds Day. And maybe you can share a little personal story about Good Deeds Day and what that is and how your success has had with that.
Yeah, for sure. So Pledge Good Foundation has evolved so much over the years, and we were trying to find a day in the year that we could really like pin our hats to and say, this is like where we really kick off the year with good. And it happened that there was already something called Good Deeds Day. It has existed since 2007, and they're actually a nonprofit organization based in Israel. And they are a global nonprofit. So this day was happening across the world in over 100 countries. And we noticed that in the US, there just wasn't a lot of kind of takers. Like not a lot of people were talking about Good Deeds Day in the US, right? They definitely had been activating to some degree here, but just not on as grand of a scale in some of these other countries. US market can be kind of hard to tackle. I'm sure we all understand that. So we approached them and said, hey, similar to like our Brighter Bites partnership, like we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. You guys are already doing something so great. How can we help you amplify this in the US? That. Yeah, and it was really well received. They were excited to have us on board. We worked with other brands in the industry. The CPG world is very generous, I feel like. I feel like a lot of us have a lot of shared goals here. And so we had over 13 brand partners leading a Good Deeds Day in their city that they were headquarters in. So, for example, in Austin, Texas, Good Pop, we led a cleanup initiative across a couple of different parks through Keep Austin Beautiful, and we opened it up to the community, right? It wasn't just Good Pop people. It was anyone in Austin who wanted to partake. And that's really the point of it. So it's the push towards just like come out there and do something good for your community on that day. It happens every April. And the first year we had over 1,000 volunteers. Lisa, you guys did some amazing stuff through HEB hosting Houston with, I think you guys might have had the most volunteers of any activity, which doesn't surprise me.
We try.
Quite the volunteer base, just even with your employees alone. And that's something that we're trying to ingrain in everyone's company, right? I think a lot of us have the intention of doing good, but to get your people within your company to be a part of that good, and then let that sort of go out into your community and bring like the people from your headquarters city and beyond into that goodness. So we plan on growing it every single year. We're already putting some plans together for 2024 in April. But it was just such an honor to have the HEB team a part of it and all of our amazing brand partners from Chobani to La Colombe to even, some smaller companies. We actually had a really cool wine company out in California participate. So, yeah, I think it's an easy sell, right? We all want to do something good. Let's all do it on this day and kick off the year with a good deed.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. And I will just take on something you said. So Chobani was one of your partners. You were kind enough to introduce them to us. And now we have formed a beautiful partnership for Brighter Bites with Chobani too, because they have a similar mission in the community as you do. And so it's just like good begets good, right?
It does, yeah.
And, we are, like, I feel grateful every day that I get to live this purpose-driven life. I run public affairs for HEB in Houston. And so I do a similar job to you, Clara, and then Brighter Bites and just helping people. What a gift to dedicate your career to helping people. And I want to just say that that's what we hope Brighter Bites. And I hope if there are any corporate people on the phone or just people who want to come volunteer and feel that goodness and be lifted up for the day. We need your help, but just going off what Clara said and also Amir, we want to bring that special moment to you too. And just so you can feel good about what you're doing in the community. So we can host groups, we can tailor it to an area or school or whatever it is. Way to go, Sam, put up our volunteer link, and we can create something special for you too, because I know what it feels like to go out there, get your hands dirty with the produce, not too dirty, don't worry, but it's fun to call produce, bag it up. It's something very tangible, something where you can chat with your colleagues and just feel really good about giving back directly to families, right? It's a very direct touch to be where the families are, where the kids are. So
yeah, I highly recommend. The Good Pop team loved it, and you guys were so collaborative with our numbers of people that wanted to come out, as well as like our location restrictions. Y'all made it happen, and everyone had such a good time.
Good. I love hearing that. And Amir, I just can't stop thinking about what you said, that all partners are not easy. All collaborations are not easy, but sometimes they're really worth it. So thank you for putting Brighter Bites in that bucket. And thank you for working through all those things that sometimes aren't easy. Cultures are different, or needs are different. Sometimes we're high maintenance because we want a variety of produce, not just one item, but obviously you've got that. So thank you for that. You're on mute. I don't know if you're trying to speak, Amir, but I'll give you the floor back if you want to have another word. Oh, there he is.
Sorry. Yeah, no, thank you for that. We appreciate it. We enjoy having the team here and working with you all. I think speaking to, relationships and good begets good. There's one of your donors that has also started donating here, Winsett Farms, who you all get tomatoes and mini peppers from. And, when they have extras, they just leave them here as well. So it's an amazing relationship.
Oh, I love that. Yes, our goal is to grow your pie. As you grow our outreach, we can grow your pie or your kale smoothie or whatever we want to call it. Anyways, well, I just want to thank you for being with us today and just showing us what good partnerships are. We try to do our best, but obviously it takes the other side and a fluid conversation to make this awesome. So I think we've had a very fluid conversation today. Hopefully people have gotten to know more about your brands and all the awesome things you're doing. I can't wait to keep going. I hope to meet you in person someday, Amir, along with, my California team that gets to spend time with you. Rich has a question to close it out real quick. I know that they put in the chat how to sign up for tomorrow, how to be part of our back to school campaign. We'd love to have you for either or both of those. And just in closing, because I don't want to be the last word, just a few words. Why do you support Brighter Bites? Just quick in and out. What is it?
Oh, I think for us, it's easy. Our values are the same, right? We are supporting the same things that we care about, which is the ending hunger and supporting equity and inclusion. So for us, it's shared values and a collaborative partnership.
I'll take it. Amir?
Yeah, I will echo all of that and say that, you know, the work that we do is super complementary. And we're just, you know, on the supply chain, right? We are that step right before it. And to us, you are like that last mile. And so we're interlocking parts. We just didn't know it before.
That's awesome. Thank you for letting us be your last mile. Thank you for letting us brighten your day, Clara. You definitely brighten ours. And we look forward to long lasting partnerships. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, well, tomorrow we will be back with Dr. Shrila Sharma, the brains, I like to say. I might be the smile, but she is the brains behind this organization. She will talk about what we've seen over the years, over 10 full years of working with families, and what we've seen in the community, and what changes we've made, and what things are still to come, and what we all can do together to create these communities of health through fresh food. So I look